morning, my dear students. Welcome back to this short tutorial video for class 6 students. Since we are dealing with the topic fractions, so today what we are going to do is we will be doing few sums under the topic fractions, okay? And the basic part and all the important terms I have already discussed. We have already discussed all the important terms regarding the topic fractions. So what we are going to do today is we will be doing a few basic sums on the topic fractions, okay? So first of all, as you may recall, see, I have taken this from exercise 5A. Exercise 5A, page number 86, exercise 5A, as we written here, exercise 5A. Question number 4. Question number 4, what do we have in question number 4 is, find the three equivalent fractions, okay? So we are given with we are given with few fractions and we need to figure out the equivalent fractions for those given fractions, okay? So what we are going to do here is, I'll be showing you on two different ways on how to take out the, figure out the equivalent fractions for the given fractions, okay? So first of all, since I remember the term equivalent fractions, we have discussed this in previous video, isn't it? For those who didn't understood, who haven't watched the previous video, please go through the previous video, okay? Then only what you can do is you can proceed with the higher level, the next level of the same topic, okay? Okay, so equivalent fractions. So what we have discussed in I won't be discussing anything about equivalent no, I won't be explaining anything about equivalent fractions because since it has already been done in the previous video. So what we're going to do here is we will be doing a few sums under the topic equivalent fractions. Okay. So first of all, say we are given with the fraction 12 divided by 15. 12 divided by 15. Okay. And the easiest way to find equivalent fraction, the most easiest way to find equivalent fraction is simple. Say take the numerator and denominator as it is and simply multiply the numerator and denominator with any number. Okay, multiply it with any number, but it's just that the number has to be same. Okay, whichever number you are choosing to multiply the numerator and denominator, the number needs to be the same. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've taken smaller numbers, isn't it? Smaller the number, easier to handle, isn't it? So I've just taken 2 by 2, say 3 by 3 and 4 by 4. Smaller numbers, isn't it? So what do I know is if you multiply numerator and denominator with 2 by 2, what happens is 12 times is 24, 15 2 times is 30, isn't it? You got one of the fractions, 24 by 30. Similarly, here, what I have done here is I have taken 3 by 3. See, 12, 3 times is 36, 15, 3 times is 45. Okay. Now, on the third one, I have taken 4 by 4. As I have said, 12 into 4, it's 48, and 15 into 4, it's 60. Isn't it? So now, see, now what we have done here is we have figured out three equivalent fractions for 12 divided by 15. See, equivalent fractions means fractions having the same value. Isn't it? Fractions having the same value. What we are doing here is we are multiplying numerator with same number, and why is it so is why we are multiplying it with same numbers because see, as I've already discussed in the previous video as well, whenever you multiply numerator and denominator with the same number, so actually what is happening out here is see 2 divided by 2, actually it means 1, isn't it? Actually it means 1. So multiplying any number with 1 doesn't change its value, that's what we know, isn't it? Multiplying any number with 1 doesn't change its value. So what we have learned here in this one is figure out of the equivalent fractions. When you multiply numerator and denominator with the same number, actually we are multiplying with 1. So see, though the number changes, okay, but the value remains the same. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. See, 12 divided by 15. So that is why I see, and this is my answer. So 12 divided by 15 equivalent fraction means what? As I've already said and discussed in previous video as well. So the fractions with the same value, isn't it? So 12 divided by 15 can also be written as 24 divided by 30. Can also be written as 36 divided by 45 and can also be written as 40 divided by 60. That means these, though the numbers are different, their values are the same. So that is why I have written equal to sign. See, that is why I have written equal to. That means 12 divided by 15 has the same value as 24 divided by 30. Similarly, has the same value as 36 divided by 45 and has the same value as 48 divided by 60. Okay, this is the most easiest one. Okay, second one I have done the second one as well, just to show you that. Just to show you, see, in the second one, what I have done here is the equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction. And what do I see? Not equivalent. The question. Okay, the question. What do I see in the question is that 12 divided by 15. 12 divided by 15. They are not in the simplest form. So now see. Now recall the simplest form from the previous video. We have already done simplest form as well, isn't it? So what happens here is the simplest form. If the fractions can be converted to simplest form, what we have discussed earlier is if a fractions can be converted to its simplest form, then we need to convert it in its simplest form, isn't it? So that is what I have done here. See, 12 divided by 15. I have converted the fraction to its simplest form first. See, I have taken all the factors of 12 as well as the prime factors of 15. Then what do I see here is 3 and 3 can be cancelled. This is what we have done. This is what we are doing is converting the given fractional form to its simplest form. Okay, this is how we do it, isn't it? Now remember that we call the topic simplest form, isn't it? So what I've done here is I've converted the fraction to its simplest form. Then afterwards, what I do is, I've got the simplest form as 4 divided by 5, isn't it? So the smaller the number, easier to handle, isn't it? So that's why I've taken 4 by 5. Now see, the concept remains the same. So what I'm doing here is I'm multiplying the numerator and denominator with the same number again. So 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by, now you have understood the idea of why we are multiplying into 2 by 2, isn't it? With the same number. So now see, numerator and numerator, 4 into 2 is 8. Denominator and denominator, 5 into 2 is 10. That means they have the same values, isn't it? This fractional form, this fractional form, and this fractional form has the same value, isn't it? Similarly, now say 4 by 5 into 4 by 4. Now here. So why I haven't taken 3 divided by 3? Most of you will wonder why I haven't taken 3 divided by 3, isn't it? So why I haven't taken 3 divided by 3 is because, so if you multiply 4 with 3, what happens? 4 into 3 is 12. 5 into 3 is how much? 15, isn't it? Now 12 divided by 15 is it was already given in the question, isn't it? We would have got the same fractional form, isn't it? Now what we needed to figure out was, the question was already given and we needed to figure out 3 equivalent fractions for the given fraction, isn't it? So that is why I haven't taken 3 divided by 3. So I have taken 4 divided by 4. Now see, multiply numerator and numerator again. 4 into 4 it's 16. 5 into 4 it's 20. Now see, I have got 3 fractions, 3 equivalent fractions from the question was given as 12 divided by 15, and I have got 3 equivalent fractions for that. Say 4 by 5, 8 by 10, 16 by 20. So similarly, that is why I have written 12 by 15 equals to 4 by 5 equals 8 by 10 equals to 16 by 20. You made it, and what do we have here is, we are doing the same, we are dealing with the same question, isn't it? That is what, see, that's what we can do here is, we can also write this fraction is equals to 4 by 5 as well, isn't it? Because we are dealing with the same fraction. You can also be written as equals to 4 by 5 or 8 by 10 or 16 divided by 20. Is it okay? Okay. So, for converting any fraction to its equivalent fractions, what we have learned is, for converting any given fraction to equivalent fraction, all we need to do is multiply the numerator and denominator with the same number. Okay, and try to pick smaller numbers as possible. Okay, because what happens is when the numbers are smaller, it will be easier to handle, isn't it? So that is why, say, I multiplied it 2 by 2, 3 by 3, or 4 by 4. Okay, and no need to go for this one, general simplest form as well. It's not mandatory that you have to go to the simplest form. Okay, if you want to go directly from the whatever is given in the question, if you need to figure out the equivalent fractions, you can simply go with 2 by 2 into 3 by 3 into 4 by 4 and so on. Okay, here we are told to figure out 3 equivalent fractions for the given fractions. So you might get questions like find 5 equivalent fractions or find 10 equivalent fractions and so on. Okay, all you need to do is simply multiply whatever the fraction is given. If you don't want to go to the simplest form and come back, then what you can do is you can simply go with multiplying the same given fraction with 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4 and so on. Okay, okay. So now, now what I want you to do is, I guess the topic is clear for you, isn't it? The question is clear for you. What I want you to do is, the question number 4, exercise 5A, question number 4. There are 3 remaining questions in the exercise. That's question number 4.2, 4.3 and 4.4 sub questions. Okay, I want you to do that as your homework. Okay, for this one. Okay, now I'm taking question number 6 now. So in question number 6, what we have in question number 6 is write an equivalent fraction of. Okay, again it's about equivalent fraction. So what we needed is we needed to figure out the equivalent fraction of a given fraction with numerator as 36. Now see, this one is a very interesting one. Okay, so question number 6, solution number 6, I'm doing number 1. Okay, 6.1, what we have is 3 by 4 with numerator. I am representing numerator with n. Okay, don't get confused in that. With numerator as 36. So what we needed to do is we need to figure out the equivalent fraction of the given fraction, that is 3 by 4. We need to figure out the equivalent fraction of the given fraction, that is 3 by 4 with numerator as 36. Okay, numerator as 36. So what we will do is here is simple say 3 divided by 4. Now which one is numerator? The up one, top one, isn't it? You know that the top one is numerator. Now all you need to do is, in this form, equivalent fractions, we cannot add or subtract. Okay, remember that we cannot add or subtract. We can simply, what we can do is, we can multiply numbers. Okay, so now So multiplying any number. So, but what is our condition? That the numerator has to be 36. You can choose any number you want, isn't it? But the numerator has to be 36. This is the condition in it. Okay. So what we have is, we know that 312 times is 36, isn't it? 312 times is 36. So I'm taking numerator as 36. So I have multiplied number, the numerator with 12. Now what we know about equivalent fractions is, whatever you multiply in the numerator, the same number needs, the same number, we need to take the same number and multiply the denominator as well, isn't it? So 12 divided by 12. Okay, now you know that why we are multiplying the numerator and denominator with the same number, isn't it? Now say 3 into 12 is 36 and 4 into 12 is 48. That means what we know here is the equivalent fraction of 3 divided by 4. Equivalent means with the same value, isn't it? The equivalent fraction of 3 by 4 with numerator 36 is 36 divided by 48. Okay. Okay. Similarly, in question number 6 as well, you have got sub question 2, that is 6 by 7. You have 6 by 7. Now we need to write the equivalent fraction of 6 by 7 with denominator. Remember, with denominator as 49. So what needs to be done with denominator? You need to convert the denominator to 49. Okay. The question is given as 6 divided by 7. 7 is your denominator. So what we know is we need to multiply any number to get 49 as our denominator. Now what we know is 7 times is 49, isn't it? So whatever you need to multiply in the denominator, you need to multiply the same number in the numerator as well. Okay. See, according to the question, we need to move forward according to the question. Okay. In this one, we were told to convert numerator as 36. Okay. So that is what I have done here. First I went with the numerator, 12 and 12. In the second question, you have been told about denominator. Okay, so what I want you to do is just simply focus on the denominator first. Whichever number you get, multiply the same number with the numerator as well, in order to get the equivalent fraction of the given fraction with the exact numbers you are instructed to take in the numerator or denominator. Okay, that's it. Okay, now question number 8 here. What we have in question number 8 is classify as proper or improper fractions. Okay. So I guess you can do that, isn't it? Classify as proper and improper fraction. So we have already learned about proper and improper fraction as well. Proper fraction where your numerator is less than denominator is proper fraction, isn't it? Numerator is less than denominator. And improper fraction where your numerator is greater than the denominator. Okay. So all you need to do is just compare between numerator and denominator. Okay. Numerator and denominator and classify it as proper or improper. I guess you can do that, isn't it? It's an easy one, isn't it? And number 9 as well. Number 9, convert the following into improper fraction. You are given with in question number 9. Listen very carefully, okay? Question number 8, question number 9. I'm not doing question number 8 and 9, okay? Because we have I've already done this as sums in the explanation part as well. Okay, first part as well. Question number 9, convert the following into improper fraction. We need to convert the given fractions into improper fractions. So all you need to do is just, you are given, in question number 9, you are given with mixed fractions. So for mixed fraction, converting to improper fraction, I have already told you, what you need to do is pick up the denominator and go clockwise, first multiply, then add, isn't it? Those who couldn't get this, please watch the previous video as well, okay? So I guess you can do that, number 9 as well. And number 10, convert the following into a mixed number. So again, we are given with improper fractions, we need to convert it into mixed fractions. So this, I guess, we have done, isn't it? Those who have watched previous video, they can easily do question number 8, 9 and 10. Okay. So 8, 9 and 10 is also your homework. Okay. Number 8, 9 and 10 is also your homework. Remember, question number 4 is there. 4 sub questions are there. 6 sub question and question number 8, 9 and 10. Okay, is your homework. And number 11. Now number 11. Okay. Convert the following sets of unlike fractions into like fractions. We are given with a set of fractions. Okay. We are given with a set of unlike fractions. What we needed to do here is convert it into like fractions. Now this one is very important. Okay, very important. So convert the following sets of unlike fractions into like fractions. So solution number 11, number 1, we have 1 divided by 4, comma 1 divided by 6, comma 7 divided by 9, comma 5 divided by 12, comma 11 divided by 18. What we needed to do here is convert the given set of unlike fractions into like fractions. So what we know about like fractions is fractions having the same denominator, isn't it? We have already done that as well. Fractions having the same denominator. So what we supposed to do here is we need to convert the given set of fractions into like fractions. Okay, so what we'll be doing here is, see, first of all, so like fractions means we need to focus on the denominator. The denominator should be same, isn't it? So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking out all the denominators together. See, 4, 6, 9, 12 and 18. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be taking the LCM of the denominators. Okay, LCM of the denominator. So 2 times is 4, 3 times is 6, 9 as it is, 6 times is 12, 9 times is 18, again with 2, 1 times is 2, 3 remains as it is, 9 remains as it is, 3 times is 6, 9 as it is, again now with 3, 1, 3 times is 9, 1, 3 times is 9, again with 3, so 1, 1 and 1. So what we got here is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, that is 4, 3 times 12, 3 times is 36, so we have 36 as our LCM. Okay, that means this means every number here, that is 4, 6, 9, 12 and 18. And what we have taken? We have taken the denominator. Remember that. Why we have taken denominator? Because we are instructed to convert the given number into your like fractions, isn't it? So every number. So what does this mean is, after taking out LCM, what does it mean is that every denominator can be converted to 36. Okay, you know how to convert it into 36, isn't it? So see, 1 by 4 into. So how can it be converted to? 4 into 9 is 36, isn't it? So whatever we multiply in the denominator, we need to multiply the same in the numerator. So equals to this gives us 9 divided by 9 4 times is 36. Now see another one. 1 by 6 we have. 1 by 6 into. Now 6 times is 36. So 6. Whatever we multiply in the denominator, we need to multiply the same in the numerator as well. So 6. So here we have 1 into 6. Now 6 into 6 is 36. Now see, we are converting the given fractions into like fractions with same denominators. Is it understood? Okay. So 7 divided by 9, again 7 divided by 9 into. Now 9, 4 times is 36, that's what I need. So 4 and 4, 7 4 times is 28 in here, divided by 36 in here. Okay. Now the second one here is 5 divided by 12 into, now 12 3 times is 36, again so 3 divided by 3, 5 3 times is 15, divided by 12 3 times is 36. And finally we have 11 divided by 18 into, now 18 2 times is 36, that's what I know. So 2 into 2. So this gives us 22 divided by 36. So see, for the given set of your fractional forms, it's like fractions. The set of like fractions are this. See, like fractions with the same denominators. Okay, is it understood? Okay. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, again, for question number 11 as well, we have got 2 sub questions. That is question number 2 and 3. That's your homework again. Okay. And the last one for today will be question number 13. Okay, so what's there in question number 13? This 13 is also an easy one, because since we have already done this one similarly, and I have shown you in this first equivalent fraction as well. Okay, the question is, reduce the following fraction to its simplest form. We are given with the fractional forms and we need to reduce it to its simplest form. So the first question given in here is, say, solution number 13, number 1. The first question given in here is 18 divided by 24. 18 divided by 24. We need to reduce the given fraction to its simplest form. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to take the prime factors, isn't it? So for 18, I know that the prime factors of 18 are, 18 is 2 into 3 into 3. See? Okay? Prime factors. For those who cannot do it directly, you can do it this way as well. See, 2, 9 times is 18. 3 times is 3. Okay? So 2 into 3 into 3. Prime factors. Okay? Similarly for 24, we have 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. We get this as factors of 24. Okay. Now all you need to do is, whatever the common factors are there, then you can cancel it. Simple. See, 2 and 2 got cancelled. Here this 3 and 3 got cancelled. Now what's left in the numerator? It says 3, and there is no 3 in the denominator, isn't it? That means we cannot cancel. So here, its simplest form will be whatever is left in the numerator is 3. Whatever is left in the denominator. Now see, 2 into 2 is 4. So 3 divided by 4 is the simplest form of 18 divided by 24. Okay, this is how it is done. And okay, the remaining sums from question number 13 is also as your homework. Okay. Okay, so this much for today. Till then, and if you have any problems, then do let me know. Okay, you can text me, you can call me anytime. Okay, and okay, so the remaining sums will be your homework. Okay, and please maintain your copy as well. Okay, I know most of you have given your copies for the correction, so it's there in the staff room.